super exciting. This is your first American convention, is that right, guys?
Yeah, that is correct. That is indeed correct, Sam.
How excited are you? How excited are you to be here with this amazing crowd? Describe yourselves in 3 words. Why don't we start with Steph?
Slightly crazy. Gay. Funny.
Jordan?
Weird, overeducated, and maniacal.
I forgot about this one. Actor, yogi, human. Passionate, neurotic, and loyal.
Jordan, this is your first fan event ever, period, right? How has this been going for you so far?
Well, this is a little bit surreal, actually. I do this all remotely. I write frequently in my pajamas at my kitchen table. So I theoretically understood that there were, fans. Theoretical fans. So to see you all here in person is a bit overwhelming. Also, there's a sense that, I'm a playwright, so I'm pretty sure there are more people in this room than have ever attended one of my plays. So you have an instinct oh my God, you're gonna find out. Crawl under the table, quick, now you can escape.
So you're doing okay, basically. You're doing
Totally not freaking out.
Steph, I'm curious about how developing season 3 was different than developing the previous seasons.
Well, we were really lucky this year that we got to have a writer's room, and Ellen, who's actually here in the audience, our story editor and transmedia writer, as well as Tamara Moulin, who wrote 5 episodes, and Jordan and myself, and just being able to hash out what we wanted to do and what Jordan was bringing to the room was just such an honor and a privilege, and I think it made the season a lot stronger. And also, reflecting about season 2, the previous seasons, how can we make this the best yet? And have fun.
Nice. Natasha, what was the most challenging episode this season for you to shoot?
I get asked this question quite frequently, and people think that it is always the very dramatic scenes, but I'm blessed with such amazing co-stars that those moments always feel very natural, and I always feel very present. The most difficult things to shoot are the beats of physical comedy. So any of the montages, or even moments where I just have to walk like a normal human being, those are things they do not teach you in acting class, like how to just wake up from sleep, or how to walk, or how to breathe. So I'd say the most challenging thing for me was the moment where the gates of hell open up and I drop the glasses, the mystical glasses, and step on them. Our director made me do that 10 times. 8 takes. Yeah, 8 takes, yeah. I feel like maybe there was a different reason that he got us to do that one. So yeah, there could be, I know. He was like, Natasha, you're not gonna get it right. But he is so amazing at choreographing beats of physical comedy, so it was just really important that, I step on them at the right time. And that was really tricky. It was really hard to do.
And the book, I think we did that 7 times. Both falling over head? Yeah.
We did that a lot.
Soft, don't worry.
One of my favorite moments from this season actually is in the very first episode where you let out that string of curses, and you're just in the face. Elise, how did you keep a straight face when that was happening?
I didn't. You just didn't see those takes of the episode.
Natasha, at one point, I texted her at night or something, and I was like, hey, what's up? And she's like, I just gotta go write this curse. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but I've just learned to accept that.
Yeah. Our schedule is so insane that we never really get time to play pranks or be goofy on set, which is so in my nature. So I wrote it out, and I said, this is what I'm gonna say, and I didn't tell the other actors, and thank you, Jordan, for that liberty. Because the script just said, long bleeped out the swearing from Carmilla, so I was like, all right. There you go.
We also had Enrico Colatoni join the cast this season as Sherman and Hollis, right? Veronica Mars previous to that. Super cool. How was it for you two working with him?
It was incredible. It was such a dream. I mean, we didn't even read together for an addition or a chemistry test or anything, and I was a bit nervous because I had never met him before we started shooting, and you know, that character was such an important character for me this year. Like I had thought so much about, you know, Laura's upbringing and her dad, and you know, he's been mentioned so much in the series. And then the moment that I met him, I was just like, you're my dad. Like, I was like, whoa.
He's such a dad.
Yeah, like we just like connected so instantly, and working with him was an absolute dream. It was amazing. It was so incredible.
Watching him work was really interesting as well because he's such a seasoned actor, so just seeing him be in character and stay present was just really enlightening. Like I felt like I learned a lot just watching.
I really liked that part of the storyline this season was kind of about watching a father let go of his daughter and letting her grow up, even though it was through this supernatural lens of fighting demons instead of just the regular college experience. Can you talk a little bit about writing that through line into this season?
Absolutely. So we kind of always knew that there would be a time when Sherman would arrive. Like I was really looking forward to it because we kind of seeded him as this sort of overprotective helicopter dad, and so it was an exciting thing to like have it come forward and then have him appear. I think I in particular like writing him because my mom has a little bit of that going on for herself. Like she's somewhere right now really worried I'm being mugged. So like the humor of the whole like even little things could potentially kill you was something I was definitely looking forward to. But in terms of how it ties into everything, I think season 3 was the perfect moment for him to appear because like Laura's grappling a lot with the cost of what it is she does when she's trying to like intervene and make the world a better place. And there is a cost when you decide to put yourself out there and do that. And while Laura's one to push forward, eventually, to have her dad there, to be that other side, to be that person who cannot bear to have her in danger and to have him have to make his peace with who she is and what she's going to do was, it was a big part of the story.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to add something that quickly. I feel just as much as it was him letting go of her, like a father letting go of the daughter, it was also so beautifully written as a clear example of a child letting go of their parents as well. Like, you know, still having such a love and connection to them, but like letting go of that childhood. Like, I thought it was so beautiful. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
I have faces too.
We also have Carmilla dealing with this interesting relationship with her mother, who is now being played by Annie Briggs. How was it kind of, how was it working with Annie in this sort of new role for her?
It was really interesting because she plays Lola Perry so well, and I think she's the only actor who is vastly different from their character in real life, so I think it was really exciting for her to play a character that really sits in her body, and sometimes she was just so majestic, like especially in the third act of season 3, which you'll see, her performance was just so incredible that it was almost difficult to stay present as an actor because we were just staring at her in awe. There was a moment, because Annie and I are very close friends, she's very much like a sister to me, so there was a really funny moment where we kind of locked eyes and realized like, this is my friend, and like there was a moment where we kind of like looked at each other and we're like, yeah, this is funny. But she's so amazing. I think there was another moment as well where she like, it's where Carmilla's talking about, what was
Montage?
the montage?
Yeah.
Ouais, Steph, the montage.
Like we see it, we don't hear what she's saying.
What she says, but basically it's Nadine saying some really foul things to Laura, and I was biting my tongue trying not to laugh because Annie was improvising some truly disgusting things, and I hope make it into a blooper reel. I really do.
I think the least you like literally just the cookie just fell out of your mouth because that's what she's saying.
Like, never give Annie Briggs liberty to say what she wants to say. It was repulsive.
We're going to open it up to audience questions in just a couple of minutes here. We have a mic up in the audience here. If you guys want to go ahead and start lining up, that would be awesome. Before we decide, it's cool. after shooting the final scene. Can you talk a little bit about that experience?
That was such a really special moment. I think Elise mentioned. You knew that was the take, and that was it. We kind of wanted to give it to you. Like, do you want to go again? But you're like, that was it. Like, we're just tapped out. And then just when it was the last cut, like, we had a couple splinter days after and little things, but this was the end of the main unit. This is the end of it, right? And when we heard that final cut, we all just started. It's like a switch went off, and we all started bawling and like huddling, and really loudly too. Even Caitlin was like, they were weeping. Yeah, and it was really cathartic. I think that's the word, cathartic.
Yeah, it's so funny because we normally ask for more takes. Like usually Elise and I are like, no, please can we do another one? Like, please. And there was just this moment where we could have, but I think it would have lost the magic that we got to experience. I mean, it was just like, we looked at each other and we went, it's done.
And like we were like, it was so gentle, like you and Spencer, the director, you approached Natasha and I and
So softly, Spencer so
say like how, but anyway, but yeah, you guys just came up and it was like, we were all like, are we ready to just let this go now? Like, and it was like, we were like holding and it was just like, we were all just like, yeah.
I can't even think about it, I'm so upset. Okay, let's go to the audience, I can't right now. Hi.
Hi.
Holtzman is amazing.